Hey! Up!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Wolverine went beast mode.
You picked the wrong house, Bob. Peaceful thoughts.
For this list, we're looking at moments across the X-Men franchise where the angry mutant went on fierce and animalistic rages. Since we'll be talking about major moments, beware of spoilers ahead. Which of Logan's fits of fury tops your list? Let us know in the comments, bub. Number 10. Overwhelming opponents in cage matches. X-Men.
What kind of a name is Wolverine?
My name's Logan.
As far as badass introductions go, Logan's arrival in the X-Men film franchise is hard to beat. What better way to show off a ferocious brute than with an intense bare-knuckle cage fight? Thanks to his adamantium-grafted bones, Logan makes quick work of his opponents, much to the chagrin of the gambling spectators.
You owe me some money.
Come on, Stu, let's not do this.
No man takes a beating like that without a mark to show for it.
And while this instance isn't as rage-infused as his later entanglements, it's crystal clear that Wolverine has plenty of raw fighting ability. The cage match setup isn't pretty, but as Logan once said, he's the best there is at what he does, but what he does best isn't very nice.
Tonight's winner and still king of the cage, the Wolverine.
Number 9. Battling the Brotherhood. X-Men The Last Stand.
We will strike with a vengeance and a fury that this world has never witnessed.
What happens when you put Wolverine deep in the wilderness with a bunch of bad guys? An extremely one-sided battle, that's what.
They have their weapons. We have ours.
X-Men The Last Stand was a franchise film that fully took advantage of putting Logan in a forest setting. After donning his trademark white tank top, he slices his way through a batch of enemies. It doesn't matter that his enemies are some of the latest recruits for Magneto's Brotherhood of Mutants. Anyone who stands in his way, including the deadly Spike, gets slashed down to size. Thankfully, this wouldn't be the last time we saw Wolverine go rabid in the wild.
I know the smell of your adamantium from a mile away.
I didn't come here to fight you.
Number 8. Brotherly Bar Fight. X-Men Origins, Wolverine.
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
Mutant rule number 1. Never betray Wolverine. This is especially true if you're family. Unfortunately, Logan's half-brother Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, never got the memo. As soon as Creed seemingly takes the life of Wolvie's wife Kayla, we knew he was in for one hostile confrontation. The vengeance-seeking Logan eventually tracks his sibling to a bar.
You don't call. You don't write. How else am I supposed to get your attention?
After Victor lights Logan's short fuse, the two mutants lunge at each other. The resulting brawl is absolutely savage. When the dust clears, though, Sabretooth comes out on top. He cements his victory by breaking one of his brother's signature weapons. This brings us to mutant rule number 2. Never mess with Wolverine's claws.
Ooh, shiny.
Number 7. Black Ninja Clan Attack. The Wolverine.
I see you've come to fight. It's pointless. You're weak. You're outnumbered. The Black Clan has protected the House of Yashida for 700 years.
If you ever wanted to see Logan go off on a group of deadly ninja warriors, 2013's The Wolverine has you covered. When Logan's newfound love interest Mariko is taken captive, our retractable clawed hero sets out to rescue her. There's only one problem. The Black Ninja Clan is waiting for him.
Is that all the men you brought?
Logan embraces the fight and lets his inner beast run wild. He's a virtually unstoppable hurricane of claws until he's hit with a flurry of arrows. Although Wolverine becomes a walking human pincushion, he keeps trying to move forward. But the multitude of arrows he's hit with eventually brings him to his knees. We definitely would have given up after the first arrow.
You are strong. You have courage. Real courage.
Number 6. Dueling Lady Deathstrike. X2, X-Men United. There's not a ton of people who can match Wolverine in a one-on-one brawl, but he faced one of these rare opponents in X2 X-Men United. Logan's fighting skills are put to the test when he duels the lethal Yuriko Oyama, aka Lady Deathstrike.
I used to think you were one of a kind, Wolverine. I was wrong.
Both brawlers possess healing powers and can make sharp adamantium weapons protrude from their bodies. Their similar abilities made this fight feel extremely vicious and uncomfortably close. Logan was able to bring the heated battle to a close thanks to a desperate bit of improvisation involving excess adamantium. Let's just say he made sure Yuriko had more than enough of the rare metal in her system.
She's good.
You have no idea.
Number 5, The Mansion Siege. X2, X-Men United.
Look who's come back. Just in time.
For what?
We need a babysitter.
Putting Wolverine in charge of children might not seem like the best idea. However, letting him babysit turned out to be life-saving when Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters was raided. William Stryker decided to send a troop of Black Ops soldiers to invade the campus during the wee hours of the night. With the other senior X-Men members away, it was up to Logan to fight the invaders off.
You picked the wrong house, Bob.
Our Claude hero cuts loose in a ferocious rampage. As the children try to get to safety, he provides an impressive one-man defense. This fantastic scene was a great demonstration of his combat abilities. Luckily, Wolverine's Berserker rages would only grow more intense as the film franchise continued.
I thought I was just an animal with claws.
Number 4, Crossing Claws with X-24, Logan. Logan had to tangle with his doppelganger in the first X-Men movie when Mystique impersonated him, but nothing could have prepared him for the fight against his vicious clone. Dubbed X-24, this genetically engineered being was young, strong, and dangerously emotionless. This perfected Wolverine double was unleashed on our hero in the R-rated Wolverine swan song, Logan.
What the hell are you?
Thanks to the mature rating, their battle became an extremely violent bout of adamantium slashing carnage. Logan's ferocity was fueled by the pain and anger of losing Professor X. But although his intense rage gave him strength, he barely managed to survive X-24's onslaught. When Wolverine's anger isn't enough to overwhelm an opponent in a one-on-one fight, you know he's up against someone dangerous.
He's fantastic.
Number 3, reducing 0 to nothing. X-Men Origins, Wolverine.
Just had a rough night. Yeah, you can say that.
After an elderly couple finds Wolverine in their barn, they offer him food and shelter. But since innocent people usually get hurt when Logan's around, it's pretty clear the good times won't last. Just as the couple is warming up to the brash mutant, the dastardly Agent Zero arrives. But instead of taking Logan down, the marksman ends the lives of the elderly couple and runs away.
Come get me.
What follows is an explosive and daring chase. It comes to an epic end when Wolverine activates his beast mode and lunges at Zero's helicopter. After taking the airborne vehicle down to the ground, Logan blows it up in a massive explosion. Revenge has always been his strong suit. Number 2, Weapon X's Great Escape, X-Men Apocalypse.
There's some kind of animal in there.
It's no animal. It's a man.
To say Wolverine was a scene stealer in the X films would be a bit of an understatement. Case in point, Logan's wild escape in X-Men Apocalypse. During a brief but very memorable sequence, our mutant heroes find themselves inside a mysterious facility. The shady location just happens to be where Wolverine had adamantium bonded to his bones. When Jean discovers and subsequently unleashes the metallic mutant, all hell breaks loose.
Weapon X is loose. I repeat, Weapon X is loose.
During a savage rampage, Wolverine mauls nearly everyone standing between him and the exit. The resulting scene is undoubtedly one of the most gratuitously violent Logan sequences in franchise history. And with a mutant as ferocious as Wolverine, that's really saying something.
Hope that's the last we've seen of that guy.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Weapon X Transformation, X-Men Origins, Wolverine. Bullet Train Fight, The Wolverine. beating down gunmen. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Peace will not.
Lashing out after a nightmare. X-Men.
If you like this video, check out our series How Geek Culture Became Pop Culture. Join us as we look at how Pulp Fiction, comics, video games, anime, and nerd heroes became pop culture staples.
Number 1. Final Berserker Rage. Logan. If Wolverine's going down, you better believe he won't go without a fight. Between his failing body and a series of violent events, Wolverine has one foot in the grave throughout Logan.
You need to check yourself in somewhere. No, you're not.
But he risks his remaining life in one final Berserker Rage in order to save someone he truly cares about, his newly discovered daughter. With mercenaries closing in on her, Logan injects himself with a dangerous serum and lets his animalistic anger take over one last time. He slices up enemies in a forest solo before fighting alongside his equally lethal offspring Laura. Seeing them team up makes this brutal battle a savage and touching showdown. Just try to keep your eyes dry after the violent conclusion of this unforgettable fight.
Oh, so this is what it feels like.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.